As an NDSU student or alumni, you have access to engage with Handshake and attend career fairs throughout your life. Before attending a career fair, it's important to do your research. Find out what companies are attending the career fair, know what they do, what roles they're hiring for, and how your skills can align. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to find companies attending the career fair through Handshake. So let's get started. First, you're going to want to go to the NDSU Career and Advising Center website. And our website is full of resources related to career support, information about internships, career fairs, different employer events, all sorts of things. But what we want to do first is go up to Handshake, which is a button up on the top of the website. This will bring us to a Handshake landing page where we can get to the student login site. So when you click on the student login, it will bring you to a single sign-on page where you can sign in using your Bison credentials, and then it'll bring you to Handshake. And if you haven't logged into Handshake before, it will have you fill out a little information about your profile to make sure it's showing you the right opportunities and the things that match up well with your interests and your major and all of those different fun things. So now that we're on Handshake, let me show you a few cool features and how you can prep for career fairs that are coming up. So Handshake is predominantly a job board. It has thousands and thousands, looks like 10,000 current jobs that are posted on Handshake. And anytime a company reaches out to NDSU and says, hey, we want to hire NDSU students, or they want to share their opportunities, we have those companies post their positions on Handshake. So if you're looking for part-time jobs, internships, full-time jobs, anything, Handshake is a great place for this. And you can use the filter so you don't have to look through all 10,000 jobs to narrow down what you're interested in. So if you're looking for a full-time job or a part-time job, an internship, an on-campus job, all sorts of different things, work study positions, the filters in Handshake can be really great. You can also save opportunities, and the more that you save things and look at things that are of interest, the more it'll show you opportunities that are similar to that and even send you emails about those opportunities too. I'm going to show you next the events tab, and this is our main focus for today as we're focusing on career fairs and how to prepare for those. But the events tab in Handshake shares all sorts of different events and information about things that employers are doing to connect with you. So whether they're doing a little workshop or sharing information about their company or the things that they do, they will post these events within Handshake. So it looks like Google even has an event, an online event learning about coding. But we also put all of our career fairs in here as well, so you can do a little bit more digging. And what's great is there's filters like this, career fairs at your school, where you can see the upcoming career fairs that we're hosting here at NDSU. And today I'm going to focus in on the Fall Career Expo because this is one of the largest fairs that we do. So the Career Expo has looks like over 250 employers that have already attended for this event. So you're likely not going to be able to talk to all those companies or want to meet with every single one of those employers at the career fair. So we want to learn about ways that we can narrow this down and what we want to do with this information about who's attending. So if you click on the tab that says employers, this will pull the full list of companies that are attending the Career Expo. And like I said, this is a lot of different companies, and there's a lot of good information that's shared here. But what we can do is we can use filters to narrow this down a little bit more by things that matter to you, so you can see the companies that best align with what you're interested in. So maybe location is really important to you, and you want to work at a company that's closely located to your hometown, or maybe it's in Fargo or something like that, because these companies can come from across the US. Location could be important. Maybe work authorization is important to you. Maybe you're an international student and you want to make sure it's a company that would align with your future goals. Great. Maybe you want to search by industry or search by the job type or just different information. That is great. You can use all those filters, but I know a lot of people love to search by major because sometimes your major feels closely aligned with what you want to do in the future. So today I'll click on accounting here as my major, and I'll apply that filter, and it's going to now narrow it down. And there's a lot less employers for me to then look through. There's still a lot of employers and a great list of them, but it helps to narrow it down a little bit further. So we'll click on this one here. So all of these little tile cards with information about the company will provide a brief overview of the company and also share the job titles that they specifically are hiring for at this event. And if they're looking for internships or full-time jobs, it'll give a little bit of that information here, which is great. And if you click on the company, it'll bring you to their Handshake profile page where they can share more information. You can also follow a company. So if I'm considering talking to them at the career fair coming up, I might hit or I guess I was following them already, but I might hit follow to follow them here. And then I can see more information. I can see posts that they've shared. And this information can be really useful as you look for conversation starters or questions that you might want to ask this company when you talk to them at the fair. And that's a really important piece of a career fair is practicing your elevator pitch and writing down and keeping track of questions that you might want to ask a specific company because it really can show your interest and that you took the time to care about what they're doing. And that really just shows that company the amount of care that you have. And that makes a big impact in your hireability and how you might stand out. You can also click on the link that these tile cards show, where it'll bring you to their careers page on their website, which can also provide you with more information, more in that about us, learning about who they are, maybe their hiring processes, different programs they have for students. And every company is going to be a bit different, but doing this research and digging on their website is so beneficial and helps you to feel more comfortable when you talk to them. Because ultimately, at a career fair, it's a conversation. You're trying to have a conversation with someone that works there to learn more about that company, the positions that they're hiring for, and what might be interesting to you. And that is really what this is all about. Some other things to just keep in mind as you prepare for the career fair is we want to make sure you have your resume updated and polished, that you've practiced that elevator pitch, thought of some questions you might ask the company. And these don't need to be just generic questions that you ask the company. You could ask something really specific about a project that you saw that they're doing, or ask, I'm looking at internships at your company. What kind of projects do you have interns working on? Or I saw this program that you have. Could you tell me more about that? All of those types of questions are so useful. So practicing your elevator pitch, how you're going to introduce yourself, questions that you might ask, even how you dress for the event. We have a career closet in our office, which gives you clothing of professional attire that you can come and take for free. So if you need something to wear, please stop by our office. We're happy to help out. And we'd also recommend following up with companies after the fair. So if you've done a bit of that digging and you've looked at companies who are attending and maybe employers that you follow, what you can also do is to reach out to some of these companies afterwards and reach out to the people that they have, or reach out to them on LinkedIn or through Handshake and just connect with them further and follow up after the fair. And those types of connections can really make a big impact in your hireability for different things and can just really help out. So the career fair is a great way for you to make connections and explore opportunities. And with a little bit of preparation and doing this digging, it can make that event feel a lot more comfortable and really prepare you for a great event overall. And really, any questions that you have related to support for this event and engaging with these career fairs, feel free to engage with us at the Career and Advising Center. We would love to help you and support you as you move forward in your career journey. And thanks for watching.